Hey, what is going on, people? Hope you guys are having an amazing week. How have you guys been? I hope you guys have been well. Let's talk about Mindseye now. Guys, this game has been out for about 3 weeks now. I mean, it's already, like I said, this game came out June 13th. And, it was like a starting game off for like the summer and stuff. I thought the game was going to be something different, but it has not been the best for this game. The game came out in a state that, honestly, man, it has been suffering. The game's Metacritic when it first came out it was like 44, I would say, and that was mainly on PC. But if you don't know, the reason why it was 44 was because a lot of people did not get review codes for this game. Like, the whole public did not get any review codes. I mean, honestly, I knew it was bad when the guy who made an account for when the game was called Everywhere, right? And then it's still called Everywhere ENT, right? That is still the Twitter's like name and stuff, right? But he was mainly covering the game ever since 2020 when we found out that the game's still alive, right? And then we found out what the name was this year, and then, et cetera, whatever it was. So we found out all that stuff. So I was shocked that he didn't get any codes. I mean, I'm assuming he did on launch day. So everyone got a review code of this game on launch day. So everyone's review was late, and once the reviews finally hit, that shit went down to 36. It's 31 on... on PS5 right now. I mean, honestly, it's just a crazy thing to see that it is 31. It's in the 30s. I mean, honestly, this game is now... Honestly, there's possibly more games that have been reviewed way more worse, but who knows? But this game is definitely up there. Especially the type of, press that it had. Like, this game, you thought that it was going to be something different. Honestly, this game was supposed to be that GTA clone that people all thought it was going to be. I thought that as well, because the game... When it was first announced, because you don't understand, this game was called Everywhere. It was announced in 2015. Very early. We didn't know when it was going to come out. Honestly, I was already suspecting this game was not going to come out. It was not going to come out in like the next 3 or 4 years. I mean, honestly, we didn't hear nothing about this game until 2020. That would tell you this game went in development. Like I said, guys, anyone wants to talk about when the game went development. Some say it happened in 2019, 2020, whatever the case is. That's still a long time. The game has been in development for a long time. I'm going to say, just out of a guess, I'm just going to say 2018 or 17 when this game went into full production. I would say when, the whole thing came together. Because, again, I do understand they have to build a studio, they have to hire people. So I would say maybe even, maybe 2018, 19. It's still, that's when it started development, right? And... when it happened, right, I would have thought, because it had this many years, this game would come out, better. I thought the gameplay would be a lot more better. This game, I put my review out for this game, and it was not a good one. This game, honestly, should have not been priced at even $60. I know they give the deluxe edition free if you buy the regular edition, but... Dude, honestly, that's even a red flag right there, too. The fact they're offering a deluxe edition for free kind of tells you that, they kind of know this game isn't going to be the best at launch. So they're like, yo, let's try to, compensate a little more than we can, right? So, that's just that. This game is supposed to get DLC all the way until 2026. There's layoffs happening at Build a Rocket Boy. There's layoffs happening there, and we don't know who else is going to be left there. I mean, honestly, one thing that really was it should have gave you a telling sign about this game was when two of the studio heads left, like a week before the game launched. And you know what sucks? One of those guys that left made a comment that essentially gave this game the final nail in the coffin. He was like, oh, well, people are being paid to hate the game. Like, they're being paid to say the game's bad. That's not what it was. The game was actually bad. The game actually had issues. The game lacks a lot of gameplay that needed to be there that's not there. I mean, honestly, guys, there's moments where Jacob can not even climb up certain buildings or objects. It's just weird. There's certain times your cars would explode. There's certain times where you can't even shoot out the car. Like, there's you're getting shot. By the way, and do understand, in this game, there's a lot of times and missions where you're getting shot by other vehicles or cars. There's even times where your car will break down. And if it breaks down, there's no cars around, because also you cannot steal anyone else's vehicles in this game. So it's like, you're essentially, I remember I was close to the ending mission. I remember my car kept on getting destroyed, and like, dude, there's no other, I have to basically go run to other military cars just to go see what I can ride through with. I mean, honestly, it was one of the worst missions. And also, by the way, if you run out of ammo, you can't restock anywhere else. You have to either loot the bodies, and honestly, dude, the bodies don't even give you enough ammo as it is. Like, it's really weird, man. There's no ammo stores, there's no gun customization, nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong, the gun gameplay can be fun at certain times. I had fun with the pistol at times. I had fun with the end game. You get like a railgun in the end. It was pretty cool. I mean, it is what it is. The rifle is pretty cool, but I would say the one thing I enjoyed the most was a sniper rifle. That's about it. But dude, like, you can't even customize weapons in this game. You can't even customize vehicles in this game. You have one limited car they give you, and it's like a Tesla type of car they give you, and that's it. You know, it's like the type of vehicles that are in this game, you would think like, oh, I can drive them and play them. Like, yes, you can get free roam afterwards, right? You get free roam after you beat the game, and then you spawn as like some old guy character or whatever it is. And honestly, man, like, it's just, there's essentially nothing to do in the game after that. There's no gang hideouts, there's no side quests, there's no side areas to explore, there's no, like, you know, you can't go into areas to do extra missions. Like, yes, there is a play, like, you could play missions that people created or like Rocket Boy created themselves, but at the end of the day, that's not really what I was hoping out of this game. I mean, guys, this game does an amazing job of showcasing Las Vegas, right? This is something like I would wish, like, I've always been wanting Las Venturas in Grand Theft Auto. I wanted in GTA Online. Dude, this game, literally, this is where I want Mafia 4 to be in Las Vegas, right? And the guy who plays Jacob Diaz is the same actor that plays in Mafia 3. And dude, I just want to say to him, like, it is sad that the games that he's been in, I mean, he's been in a lot of games, but these, like, the last two games he's been in, right, the big games where he's a main character, they've gotten like mixed reviews. So Mafia 3 for me was not a bad game. It just had repetitive gameplay. Guys, you could literally, in Mafia 3, you could literally go behind like a barrier or whatever it is, shoot one guy, go to the other side. You can legit go in circles and keep killing all the enemies and complete the gang hideout. That kind of got annoying. Like, there's even times we just run and gun and just shoot everyone. I mean, that's like fun. It can be fun at certain times, and other times it gets really repetitive, and then you get bored. You don't want to play anymore. That was the only issue Mafia 3 had. The story was good, and everything else was good about the game. Yes, it had some other issues, but overall, the gameplay in Mafia games has always been. It's always like it's always the thing that kind of brings the series down is the gameplay at times. So that was my big issue with Mafia 3. This game is different. He's the main character in this game, and this game also is an unfinished game. It is just an unfinished game, not a good game. Has a lot of things that's lacking. Gameplay wise, it doesn't do a lot of things well. It doesn't do anything new. Honestly, sometimes the shooting can remind you games from like years and years ago. I mean, like games from like 2008 or like 9, like this type of shooting that it reminds me of. And it's not even the good kind of like shooting from those games. And some people are like, oh, like the shooting can be fun. Don't get me wrong, the shooting, yes, it can be fun at times, but dude, it gets to a point where half the missions in this game are just the laziest fucking and most tiring missions I've ever played. It is either one, you're chasing somebody, or you're getting chased and shot by like millions of cars, explosions everywhere, this and that. And you know, that can be cool certain times. Or they'll throw like 1,000 enemies at you, right? The ending mission was one of the most dreadful missions I have played, because it was at a point, bro, and I have to say this game has a terrible save, like, checkpoint system in this game. In the ending mission, if you die, say if you guys don't know, I'm just gonna spoil it, you're like in a military base, right? If you die and like you're halfway there, like say if you just got to like the end part where you're getting closer to the core where you have to go pick that up, right? If you die, it restarts you sometimes all the way to the beginning. Might even restart you like that, like a little bit more farther back, and you're just thinking like, damn, like there was times where I was legit when I died, right? I was going to turn the game off, delete it, I'm good, I'm done. I wasn't even at the platinum, I was good, I'm done. The ending mission was so drawn, like it was just dragged out. And it was at a point where I was like, damn, like this game, like this is kind of, and then I realized, I'm like, bro, this is kind of what the game does. Like I've been seeing this same pattern in this game, like just 1,000 enemies. Like there's quite a few missions where they shoot off a lot of enemies at you. And I understand that's how most missions are. But honestly, bro, there was a glitch in the game where literally if you're going, say if you're getting close to an enemy, like you're running up on them, they'll like glitch out in front of you and like down they're out of their cover now. You can shoot them. The enemies, their AI is awful. I mean, it's really easy. The robots can be a little bit challenging-ish, not like full-on challenging, I guess you can say, but I don't know, man, like that right there, like the mission structure for this game is awful. I don't know why it is, like, if this game took this long to make, I'm gonna be honest, this game seems like they weren't even like trying to make this game. I feel like whatever that game was in 2020 they're pitching, because it is a very different game than what we see right now. I mean, it's still the same, right? Like, you still see the same stuff. It was, like, it showed what it was showing, right? And that's that, right? But I'm assuming this game was just a game they wanted to release, and that's it. They're done with it. They can release it. Whatever it does, it does. They're hoping that it's stable enough to release. When it releases, it's good. They don't have to worry about it. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next game. That's what I feel like this game was, because this game honestly seems like a game. It's just a move-on game. It's okay. We did it. Like, it's our first game. We're already, like, they've already wasted time with it. We're to the point where they can't go back anymore. They have to release this game to do something with it, right? So, I don't know, man. It just kind of seems like they really did not, like, once they got to that point where, like, oh, it's, like, too late. Like, we can't cancel it, because if we cancel it, it's their first game, right? So, and also, this is Leslie Benzie's game. I will say this, the story, for me, is like I'll give the story, like, a 5 out of 10. There were certain characters I actually did like in the game. There's certain character deaths I was like, oh, damn, I wish that didn't happen. But other than that, man, honestly, the story is kind of bland as it is. Like I said, man, like, there's not much to do in the game after. Like, there wasn't... The one thing I hated the most is that you can't explore as Jacob Diaz. You can't explore as him, because if you do, you fail the mission. Also, by the way, if you're stuck somewhere, or if you go off, like, the path that you're not supposed to go, you fail the mission. Like, it's one of the most annoyingest things in the world, because you generally could not do a lot of stuff. You couldn't explore. When I realized that I couldn't even, like, drive any other vehicles, because I saw, like, a Hellcat type vehicle, and I actually want to drive it. I was like, that shit looks sick, but I couldn't touch it. The only time you get to drive, like, a sports car is, like, when you have to steal one, and that's part of the mission. Like, there was one mission I actually did like, and that was when you broke into a prison. I thought that was actually, like, really done well. I actually liked it. But after that, man, like, all other missions are kind of just, like, I don't know, man. It just, like, the gun gameplay, right? It can be fun at certain times, and then over time, you start to get, like, kind of like it's like janky. Like, it doesn't, like, feel right sometimes. Like, it just kind of feels like, I don't know, like, it's like when you shoot somebody, right, with a pistol, it can, like, be, like, when you shoot a robot with a pistol, right, it feels pretty good. When you're shooting, like, human AIs, like, it just, I don't know, like, it's that extra thing, like, it just doesn't feel like you even killed them. Like, it's just like you shot them, and that's it. Like, it's like the bullets don't even, like, do much. Like, you would think there'd be more effects there, but I don't know, maybe it's because, like, I've been playing what more, like, Grand Theft Auto type of games are, and what Grand Theft Auto's done, and what Red Dead's done. So I would assume that with Leslie Benzie, he would have tried to, like, you know, put more there. Like, I will say the flying mechanics and driving mechanics are really good in this game. Like, the driving literally reminds me of Watch Dogs 2. Because if you guys remember, Watch Dogs 1's driving was awful. And Watch Dogs 2 was basically like a step up. This driving is not bad in this game. Mindseye has really good driving. I actually like it. And it actually does really well. That was one thing I was, like, hoping that, like, yo, I hope the driving is really good. And it was actually good. But the unfortunate part is you're limited to so many vehicles that you can't even test out anything else. You can't see what the fast cars do. You can only see what this little Tesla car does, and, like, what a military car does, right? So you're limited to that. You can't shoot out the car. You're limited to weapons that are, like, okay, the SMG is one of the worst guns in this game. It had the recoil is awful on it. I don't even recommend anyone using that if you do ever play this game in that point, right? Honestly, dude, you could possibly finish a whole mission with that awful, like, SMG, because the AI is terrible in the game. They will most definitely not kill you unless they're throwing, like, 1,000 enemies like they do in the end mission. Then they possibly will kill you, right? But other than that, man, the game just is missing things you would think it would have. Like, this game is supposed to be, I know some say, like, oh, he's probably not trying to, like, you know, compete with Grand Theft Auto. Well, in a way, he was talking about in 2015 how it's going to be an open world sandbox. What does that tell you? Like, it's trying to compete with one big game that he's working with, and that was Grand Theft Auto. Like, guys, Leslie Benzie has been there since all the Grand Theft Autos, the big ones, right? Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, Bully, Red Dead Redemption 1, I think even Red Dead Redemption 2, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5. Some of the Grand Theft Autos, like, Vice City stories, even the DLCs, like, he's done basically story work for all of those games. The story was one of the things that, like, I will say the cinematics in the game are one of the best ones you can see. That's really like the key parts of this game. The cinematics are really beautiful, right? Some of the story is actually kind of funny, but then other times it's just that the game itself, like some bits of it just doesn't make sense, right? There's some stuff they talk about how, like, okay, you can't, like, gas powered vehicles are no more there. Like, you can't do this. The casinos are gone, and like all that stuff is like, it's just outlawed now. I would have wanted to see more, like, I wanted to see, like, how did this even happen? Like, how is it that, you know, there's like none of that. Also, guys, there's no police force in this game either. There is this one mission, right, where if it's in like the house you stay in, right, and there's like a flashback or like a portal you can go through, and you get to see like a flashback of police forces back when they had it, right? And that's like the only time you can see police in this game. But I would hope that when the DLC comes out, and that's a hope, right? Because I don't even know 100% this DLC will come out or not, because they're going through layoffs right now. So if the DLC does not come out, I want a refund for this game. Because like I said, I can't get a refund anymore. I cannot. I already platinumed the game, etc., whatever it is. I know some people got a refund because another thing, this game lied about its performance mode. This game, here's one thing I don't like. This is where the scam part comes in for this game, is that, dude, they should have never been allowed to put PS5 Pro Enhanced on this shit. This thing is not PS5 Pro Enhanced. There's no Pro mode. There's no performance mode. There's no performance RT. There's only 4K 6 or 4K 30, by the way, not 60. They don't even offer 60 FPS for this game. So that's a lie right there. I don't. All they can say is that I know they've been updating the game, right? But they still have to update a lot more stuff. They need to add a proper performance mode for this game, which they haven't done. It's just, dude, certain stuff like that, when you're lying about what this game is, that's a big thing, where they lied about the performance mode, where they basically slapped a PS5 Pro Enhanced label. I'm assuming that someone there, whatever it was, they got the confirmation in place, and like, yeah, you can do it now. You can slap it on there. That's fine. And I think that's one of the biggest, like, weirdest things they could have done, was that, because now it falls into scam kind of thing, because like you did technically scam your friend, or you technically scammed your fan, like your consumers, your fans, for this game, the people who are anticipated for this game. And like, when you have a person who has a PS5 Pro, right, you would assume the game would be PS5 Pro Enhanced. It was not. Honestly, if you want to pick this game up, you can pick it on PC. I know people said on PC there was like barely any issues, but I don't know, man. This game came out in one of the worst states it could have ever came out. This game, it's already too late now. It already came out. It's reviewed terribly. It's at 44 for the PC version, 31 for the PS5 version. I don't know if anyone reviewed it on Xbox. I don't know. I think most reviewers bought it for PlayStation 5 or PC, because I'm assuming the PS5 Pro Enhanced, they thought it was going to be enhanced there. It was not. But until they honestly make a enhanced version, they can make a Mindseye, like, you know, full complete edition, that's like the only time they can probably redeem themselves and see what that scores on Metacritic, right? But honestly, man, this game, it's sad because they knew exactly this game, like, how it was going to come out. They knew. They have people testing the game. They had people testing the console versions. They knew exactly what this game was going to be when it came out. The two studio heads knew before it came out. They lied and said that they paid people to say the game was bad. That's not the case. And they leave. Like, you know, they gave the game even more bad press before they left. I mean, honestly, I think it's like kind of Randy Pitchford is, right? Randy Pitchford can keep his mouth shut on Twitter, but he doesn't. And then, you know, come to find out the game isn't going to be $80. Like, Borderlands 4 was supposed to be $80. He said, apparently, if it is, you guys shouldn't complain. Like, you know, back in the day, I used to buy, like, whatever. Maybe he is saying the truth in some ways. It is not his decision, right? But certain times, if he knew the game was not going to be $80, or say if it was going to be $80, whatever the case is, just keep your mouth shut. Same with these Mindseye developers. Keep your mouth shut. Like, you don't need to say certain things. Like, because if your game is bad and you make these comments like, oh, people are being paid to say bad things, and when the game comes out it's actually bad, dude, that makes the situation even more worse. I feel bad for Leslie Benzie, but I kind of don't, in a way, because Leslie Benzie kind of knew. He was aware of this. I'm not sure how much of it he was aware of, but dude, he should know. Like, this is his game. Like, this is his first ever independent game. Like, how is it he never once tested the game himself? Like, honestly, guys, the people they found for these, like, because they had streamers reviewing their game, right? They had streamers, like, they had these streamers that the people they had for this game, right, that they brought on for their content, like, creation team, right, for the partners for their Mindseye thing. It was one of the worst ones because when you think about it, right, like, half the people there, none of them get, like, when they play a game, they're really looking for glitches. They're looking for ways to make, like, fun of the game, or, like, in a way to get, like, a compilation out of the game. There's not much else you can get out of the game because, in a way, if they do that, right, it's just people who are just, like, even the troll compilation, the people that, like, it's a funny moments compilation, or, like, streamers who don't really, like, care what they're playing. Like, it's like it's a background game they can play, and that's about it. Or it's a game they can, like, make little funny jokes out of, whatever it is. And, like, honestly, that was one of the worst things, too, because there was this girl, I think she was streaming it. I don't know who it was, but it was a clip, and, like, the game was literally bugging out. And I remember, I think even like the actual developers, they were watching her play it, right? And some of them were like hiding their face or whatever the case was when it was happening. And I guess she was like laughing it off, but like, dude, there was issues with the game right there and then, and they weren't even addressing it. So I don't know, man. Like, they were buying people to say the game was good. Then that means they were trying to get people to just think the game was good. Like, it's one of those things where you wish that they had waited a year, or at least like a year or two. Honestly, this game could come out even 2027. But I think that they just want to get this game out. And once they got the game out, that's it. They can move on to their next project. But honestly, dude, I don't even see Leslie Benzie in the studio going that far. I can see Leslie Benzie working on something else. Or maybe even not. Who knows? I don't want to blame Leslie Benzie fully for how this game came out. Because, again, there is a lot of people that worked on this game. The management is another thing you could blame for this game, because they knew exactly what this game was going to be when it came out. Like I said, it's too late to change like the reviews for it, right? But right now, what they can do is try to, build the game up. Like, all they can do now is try to add things is missing. Like I said, a weapon customization, vehicle customization, side missions, side content, something to do in that world. Like, you have a big ass map for nothing. Races, you can even do online little races, a little bit online modes, who knows, like something cool in the game, right? It would be nice. You could buy a house, like something where it gets people to play it for hours upon hours. I mean, something cool, but who knows what they'll do with it right now. Honestly, I don't really know what else you can do with it. If you want to build maps for it, if you want to build like missions for it, you can buy the PC version and do that. But honestly, I don't recommend you to buy it right now, because it is not in a state to buy it. I don't care how many updates they make for it. Right now, I would say wait till the game is like $20 or $30 to get it, which most definitely it will be. I would say one thing though. If you find a physical copy of this game, go buy it and get it PSA graded. I only say that for one reason, because I don't expect this game to be on shelves. Like, I don't think they're gonna send out any more copies. So if you do have that game, go pick that game up. Go get it graded and see what it does in a few years. You never know, right? You might have the normal version, right? The unupdated version. You might even have that version. Like, it's just the final, like it was the beginning version of that game, right? So that wouldn't be bad, man. Honestly, I might even do that. Fuck it. I might just go to Best Buy and go pop a copy of Mindseye, because I'm dumb as hell, so who cares, right? But we'll see what I can make off it. A couple thousand, right? I'm just joking, but I mean, yeah, man. This game has potential, but unfortunately, I don't see it changing for a while. I would hope by 2026 this game is a brand new game. It's much more different than what it was at launch, and hopefully it is, but I don't know, man. Honestly, I see the layoffs happening. I see what's happening in the game right now. It does not seem it's going to be like that, but we'll see, man. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, let me know down below. And also, what do you think of Mindseye? How has it been for you? Like, how has Mindseye been? Because I know some people, I feel like some people who haven't played, they're shitting on it. Some people are shitting on it because they got scammed, or some people just feel like it was a terrible game. Some people enjoyed it regardless of what it was. So I would love to know, like, what's your opinion on it? Like, what do you stand on for it? And yeah, and also, do you think there's gonna be a Mindseye 2? Because apparently someone said a Mindseye 2 is in development, which I fucking doubt. There's no fucking way a Mindseye 2 is ever gonna be in development. There's no way that we're still hoping that there's DLC for this game. Talking about Mindseye 2, they're like, are you fucking crazy? Like, that's that'd be the funniest shit ever if he actually got approved for Mindseye 2. If Leslie Benzie got a chance to make a Mindseye 2. I'll tell you one thing though, they definitely know how to do maps right. And look, if they want to make another game, base it off either in, I would say, the Silicon Valley, maybe even Canada, maybe even like Texas, who knows. try to do one of those type of areas, like whatever you can do with the game. So that'd be cool. Even Dubai, who knows? But I'm just speculating on stuff because I doubt that they will even get close to Mindseye 2. So we'll see, man. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.